Your reality in life is layers of illusion. It is layers of lies. And there's two main things I want to break down here. The first one is the societal lie, the societal illusion. And the thing I'm going to go into first in order to explain this is the allegory of Plato's cave. Now, I know many people have already heard this many times before. I'm going to shortly explain this. And the allegory of the cave is basically, we're all in a cave and we're lined up and we're chained up and by our necks and by our hands, right? And our feet. And we're all lined up and we're looking at this wall, this blank wall. And there's a big fire behind us, right? And there's people around the fire that are moving around, that are putting up images, that are putting up caricatures, that are putting up puppets and things like that. And it's creating kind of like a movie, like a show on the wall, right? And we're watching this. And we've been born into this cave. This is all that we know. There's nothing else that we know. And so we're watching this and we're thinking, this is reality. This is what we've been fed since we were born. This is what we know. Like, this is all reality is. But then over time, and it's funny because this allegory of the cave is very, when I've looked back over this as I've grown up, I've realized how fitting it is for my life journey and what I've learned in my life and how I've woken up to things. So with the cave, you start to realize, one person, right? They may sit there and realize, wait, these things that bound us here, we're not really bound. I can actually undo this. This isn't locked, right? These chains aren't locked. These shackles around me aren't locked. I can just pull them apart and just realize I have the power to not be a slave to them. And so that's what we end up doing. Thank you, Rocco. Appreciate it, buddy. Trying to shoot a video. Jesus, this cat, bro. He's all over me. How you doing, buddy? So I love him. What can I say? I love him. He's needy, but I love him. So anyway, back to the story. You start to realize these shackles and these things around you, they're not locked. You can just undo them and just walk out, right? And so that's what you do. You go, oh, okay. You see a little light, off in the distance. You're oh, wow, let me go there, right? And so, and also realize in the cave that the people behind that fire and stuff like that, what that is that is the world cabal. That is the cabal at the top of the world. A select few families and people have insane amounts of wealth and power and money. They control the puppets, which are the leaders, your presidents, your leaders, these celebrities, things like that, who are going to be influenced. Imagine, you think celebrities or these presidents or any of these people have money and power, they have millions of dollars, maybe they have a few $1 billion or whatever like that. You have to imagine people so far above them that those people can scare those people, that those people can so easily corrupt those people, where they could be something like, hey, I'm going to wipe out your family and you, unless you abide by what I'm saying, and no one will ever find out about it. And that person could think, even with millions of, well, there's police, there's law, there's what, and that person's just laughing in their face. I am the law. I am the police. I am the judges. If I want to do something to your family or do something to you, you better toe the line or else you're going to pay for it big time, buddy. And so what do you think a lot of those celebrities and those presidents and those leaders do? They toe the line because of the money and the power and the fear and the corruption, right? And so you break out of these shackles, right? You finally learn hey, these shackles are not even locking me down. I can just walk out of here. I can just get out of here. So you see this light, you start going towards this light, right? When you get up in the cave, you see everyone else sitting down, right? You see everything. You see the fire behind you now. You see that it was all just a projection. You see that it was all illusion, it was fantasy. And you're what? What is this madness? This is what we've all been doing this whole time. And everyone else is just staring at the wall. You can even be hello, do you not see? There's a fire here. There's people behind here, creating the show for us. This isn't the real reality, right? And this is society. This is the whole allegory of society. And then you see the light, you start going towards the light, you break out. And then when you break out, you actually come into the real world, real reality. You've seen through the illusions, you've seen through the cabal and the fire and the celebrities and the messaging, right? And the propaganda since you were a baby, since you were a child. That was the cave was your entire reality. Now you've broken up and you're above and outside the cave and you actually see the real light. You actually see the real sun. You actually see real nature, real reality. And you're oh my God, all of that was fake, right? I've been in there, maybe it was 15 years, maybe it was 20 years, maybe it was 30 years, maybe it was 50 years, however long that it took that person to realize the shackles, to break out, to see the cave, to see the fire, to see the cabal, to see the players behind the scenes, to break out into real reality. And now you're in real reality. And now you're actually out there and you start to realize, oh my God, look at all this fake stuff. This is actually real, right? This is actual realness, rawness, beauty, right? Truth. This is actually here. And so once you experience that, you're there, you enjoy it. And obviously at first it's overwhelming because you've never been out of the cave. You've never seen real light. You've only seen the reflections off of the fire. And so when you go out into the sun, and honestly, I think this is so amazing that Plato wrote this how many years ago, so long ago. And it's been relevant throughout life, right? That art or like stories could be written like this that are relevant for all of like human history. It's absolutely mind-blowing, right? Like incredible, like genius, honestly. So you're out in this and you're overwhelmed at first, but then you get accustomed to it, then you get used to it. And then after a time though, like there's not that many people up above on the surface, right? Like most of the people are back in the cave. So you're like, and you want to like tell them the truth. So what do? You run back to the cave all excited, like, oh man, I'm going to tell people the truth, right? I'm going to get people to understand. When you go back to the cave though, and you start to like try and make people understand, like, hey, these are the shackles. Hey, these are the players. This is what's going on. This is what's actually happening. Those people look at you aggressively. They may even attack you, right? And be aggressive towards you. Why? Because you're breaking their illusion. You're challenging their reality. They don't want their reality challenged. This is all they've ever known. And so they don't want that discomfort. They don't want that cognitive dissonance of no, I don't want it. Why are you telling me this? Like, I'm comfortable right here, right? I'm comfortable right here with the reflections and looking at the wall and seeing all this stuff and believing these stories. Like, that's easy for me. It's convenient for me. It's safe. It's what I know. It's familiar. Don't break this illusion for me. You're the enemy. You're trying to, right? And you're sitting there like mad, like, what? I'm the enemy? Like, these people have been fooling us our entire lives. These people have been stoking these fires and doing these puppets in front of us and distracting us while doing all this fucked up shit behind the scenes. And I'm the enemy for seeing it and calling it out? I'm the enemy for trying to liberate all of you? Are you fucking serious? Like, and that's what's happened time and time again throughout history. You hear about messiahs. You hear about all these philosophers. You hear about all of these truth seekers. Why are they time and time again persecuted? Why are they time and time again killed? They're taken out, right? These presidents who have tried to go against the Rothschild banking systems, right? Try to put us back on gold, try to liberate us from these larger systems, this cabal, this world order that's at the top, right? So that is the societal illusion. That's the first layer of illusion. And there's so many layers of illusion, but there's two I want to talk about. That's the first societal layer of illusion. The second layer of illusion is our own illusion that we created ourselves when we came here and we incarnated. That is the grand illusion. That's what I mean by this reality is layers of illusion. It's not just one big illusion. It's layers of multiple illusions. We have the personal relationship illusions. We have the patterns inside of our own selves, our relationships. We have illusions inside of our communities. We have illusions, obviously, on this more societal, global scale. Then we have illusions. Even this own reality is an illusion. This whole entire reality that we are perceiving, it is just a bigger cave. When we come out onto the surface and we think like, oh, this is it. I've broken out of society's like cave. I've broken out of the illusion. Now I'm in real reality. You're still not in full reality. You're still not in real reality. You're still in a limited reality. You're in a bigger cave. And what that illusion is the illusion of a separate self. It's the illusion of ego. Now, in this limited reality, it is true and it is relevant and it is needed. We need an ego. We need an illusion of a separate self because that's the experience that we incarnated here to have. But the deeper truth, the deeper reality is that it's all just one. It's all just source. It's all just totality. It's all just God. Some people can say God. I'm not saying religious God. I'm saying like spiritual God. Like it's all oneness. It's all together. It's all one consciousness. That is the true reality. That is the deepest truth of this bigger reality. There's the little cave, societal cave. Then there's like, oh, we think this is reality cave. Then there's actual reality above and beyond that. And that deeper truth is the one that a lot of spiritual people have gone down spiritual paths. People have meditated a lot. Jesus, what Jesus spoke about, what a lot of messiahs spoke about, that we are all one people, that we are all united, that we are within God. God is within us, right? That it's all one. It's all the same. That is the deeper truth. But we live in this extremely limited reality that we live in these limited bodies with limited senses. We can only see a sliver of light. We can only hear a sliver of sound. And we incarnated for that reason. The reason is to have that experience. Because with oneness, when you're one with everything, you're just blended. It's all just one. There is no separation. There's no distinction. The separation, the ego, the distinction, that's what creates the experience that we have. That's what creates this type of light and dark and struggle and highs and lows and the good and the bad. Right? It's the distinction. It's the dichotomy, the light and the dark. That's what creates this type of experience that we're able to have. Without that separation, without that ego, we wouldn't have that. And so, Rocco's trying to mess with my phone again. So that's what these layers of realities are. There's the smaller cave of society. Then there's a larger cave of what we think reality is based upon our senses and our limited like human experience. Then the larger reality, which is actually just oneness, just constant, a present moment of oneness and it constantly being one with itself and churning over, that's it.